We are Anka. Stay tuned for updated real news.
Hello, Anka Daily News viewers. As the world once again turns its eye to the Russia-Ukraine war, we'll share with you a striking development in the field. While strategically important moves followed each other at every moment of the war, news of an attack in the latest hours attracted all the attention. With its operation against one of Russia's critical targets, Ukraine once again went beyond its borders and took a step that could change the course of the war. Such bold and swift operations are noteworthy not only militarily but also psychologically, as each side tries to gain the upper hand over the other. So, what were the details of this attack and what could be the consequences? We'll look for answers to these questions today. In a war environment where both sides are carefully planning their strategic moves, the Ukrainian army's operation against Russia's new missile base is on the agenda not only in Russia but also in the world. The fact that the attack took place at a time when Russia was preparing for a large-scale operation makes this operation even more striking. The Ukrainian army's capacity to respond so quickly reveals how strong it is in terms of both intelligence and operational readiness. But this attack has not only a military dimension, it could also have major diplomatic and international repercussions. We'll now delve deeper into the detail behind the scenes of this operation and how Russia reacted to this unexpected move. Today, we'll look at how this attack could affect the course of the war, why Ukraine chose such a target, and Russia's next steps after the shockwave. All the intriguing details will be with you in a moment. We'll carefully analyze the developments and shed light behind the scenes of this critical operation and its repercussions on the ground. Get ready. We'll witness a side of the war that you've never seen before. Before we get into our report, a quick reminder. The Anka Daily News team is definitely real. None of my team members or me are artificial intelligence. Even though AI is extremely advanced, it's still not as good as us. By the way, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our daily reports and explanations. We do read all the comments you leave on our videos, so please continue to share your ideas about our content. Tell us in the comments what content you'd like to see on the Anka Daily News channel. And now let us begin if you're ready. Anka Daily News reports. The ongoing war between Ukraine and Russia is moving to a new front. As the effects of the war go far beyond the clashes on the ground, the latest attacks have turned attention back to the Kapustin Yar missile site. This strategic base, where Vladimir Putin's forces recently launched an attack on Ukraine with a so-called new missile weapon, has faced a surprise move by Kyiv. The timing of the attack and the importance of the targeted point once again demonstrated Ukraine's effectiveness and determination on the ground. Within hours of Russia's missile attack on Dnipro, the Ukrainian military launched a counter-strike, striking the Kapustin Yar missile site. On November the 21st, at least 2 unmanned aerial vehicles reportedly targeted the Russian missile site. This strike came on the heels of Russia's launch of a new missile from this location on the night of November the 19th and 20th, underscoring Ukraine's rapid intelligence and operational capabilities. On the other hand, Russian officials claimed that no damage was caused as a result of the attack. Regional Governor Igor Babushkin said in a statement that some of the unmanned aerial vehicles were suppressed by electronic warfare means, while others were shot down by air defense systems. He also stated that the fire caused by a downed unmanned aerial vehicle was quickly brought under control and that there was no loss of life or destruction of infrastructure. However, the extent to which such statements reflect the real situation on the ground remains debatable. The fact that this attack on Kapustin Yar comes on the heels of Russia's hypersonic ballistic missile attack on Dnipro points to the growing strategic dimension of the war. The Kremlin said the attack was a clear warning to the West. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov emphasized that the missile launched at Dnipro was a response to Kyiv's use of Western weapons to attack Russia. According to Peskov, Russia informed Washington 30 minutes before the launch, although it's not obliged to inform the United States about such attacks. This sharing of information points to Russia's strategy to continue its offensive without increasing the risk of confrontation with the West. The U.S. military said the Russian missile was based on the RS-26 Rubyezh intercontinental ballistic missile, a design developed for longer-range targets. The use of such hypersonic weapons shows how complex the war has become not only on Ukraine's borders but also internationally. Ukraine's attack on the Kapustin Yar missile site is notable for its timing. It was carried out only a few hours after Vladimir Putin gave the order, proving both Ukraine's intelligence capacity and its ability to act quickly on the ground. However, the effects of the attack may not be limited to the military level. How Russia responds to this operation will play an important role in determining the course of the war in the coming days. In particular, the testing of Russia's defense mechanisms against critical infrastructure and Ukraine's development of new tactics as a result of these attacks could serve as a reference point for future operations. On the other hand, this attack has also had wide international repercussions. While Western countries support Ukraine's bold move, they are carefully watching Russia's possible response to this attack. The Western-backed statements immediately following Ukraine's offensive show that this operation has resonated not only on the ground, but also in the diplomatic arena. The attack on Kapustin Yar is seen as part of Ukraine's moves to disrupt Russia's strategic balance. Such operations, which aim to limit Russia's future offensive capabilities by targeting its missile sites in particular, could have a profound impact on the course of the war. At the same time, however, such moves could also pave the way for Russia to further strengthen its defense mechanisms. Therefore, both the short-term and long-term effects of this operation need to be carefully analyzed. The attack on the Kapustin Yar missile system proved once again that Ukraine continues to play an active role on the ground. The strategic advantages that Ukraine gains in the aftermath of the attack and how Russia responds will be among the most important factors that will determine the course of the war in the coming days. This attack may go down in history not only as a military operation, but also as a move that shaped the psychological and diplomatic dimensions of the war. We'll continue to report on the developments. In the meantime, what do you think? How do you think this attack should be interpreted? How do you interpret Ukraine's ability to make such a decision within hours? Will the Ukrainian army target more Russian bases? Let us know in the comments. We read and care about your opinions.